Hey, good morning, all. Glad to be back. Happy New Year and all that. So I think the first thing I want to point out is that we're probably all a little reluctant to jump back into things, at least with much vim and vigor today. So I will take that into account. We're just going to do one quick thing today. It'll take you a little bit of time, maybe 15 minutes at most. All right. And so another thing that I want to point out is we have 18 days left, okay, and that stresses me out a little bit. And so when I encounter moments of stress in my life, I do what I can to relieve them. And so I imagine it's stressing you out a little bit. And so to kind of set the stage and to relieve the stress, because remember, this is a stressless class, right? Um, uh, we're just going to focus on two things, all right? One is finishing Wisdom Riders. All right, we will work on that on Tuesdays and no Mondays and Wednesdays. All right, starting Wednesday, and then on Tuesday, Thursday, we are going to begin an audiobook experience. All right, with the Memoir Night, which is based on the Holocaust. All right, and so with that, today is kind of a pre-write, quick write, quickish write, maybe not so quick, um, to prepare for that work that we're going to do. All right. So I want to walk you through this here really quickly. All right. And so it's titled The Human Experience. It's a theme thing. All right. And so if nothing else, I hope you've gathered from our work with theme thus far, is that there's a universality to the human experience. All right. Based on these things, we all experience fear. We all experience love. Okay. In those things, we have kind of a collective self. All right. This is our experience, and I think because it's our experience and because we live it, I think we can learn from it. All right, and so with this task, I'm asking you to kind of share some of your wisdom. All right, there are four questions here. I'm going to walk you through them fairly quickly. All right, and I would say this at the outset. All right, I just want an honest attempt here. All right, there's no wrong or right answer for most of these. Okay, there's just your answer right now, and so as long as you're putting forth an honest effort, that's all that I'm ever looking for from you. All right. And so on the first one, based on your own experience or your experience with our work with Theme this year, and based on your own experiences, your life experiences, please answer the following questions. Please provide two examples of universal themes to support your response. Okay. How does the human experience connect and divide us? All right. And so you will see that I have included the universal themes resource, all right, which is the list of all those universal themes. All right. I just want your perspective on this. Um, as you think about the human experience, as you think about all the things that we kind of experience universally, all right, I want you to think about how it connects and divides us, all right, and then I want you to use two examples of universal themes to support that. For example, all right, um, let's take love, okay, a universal theme that we all experience, okay. um, there are ways that love connects us, all right, there are also ways that love divides us, all right, and so that's something that you could take into account, all right. And I think as you think about the duality of these things, it will help you answer the question how this does indeed connect and divide us, all right. Second question, all right, I need you to check in with me a little bit on what you know about the Holocaust, all right? And again, I'm not worried about what's wrong or right here. I just want to know what you know about the Holocaust right now. And I'd like you just to simply list 10 things down below here that kind of reveal your knowledge. For example, the Holocaust happened during World War II. That would be an appropriate thing or a likely or an expected thing to put down here. If necessary, and maybe everyone should do this anyway, do some quick research on the Holocaust to help you create a list, right? This is just to kind of ground you in, all right, this is when this book is taking place, all right? I know you've already had experience in eighth grade, most of you anyway, with the Diary of Anne Frank, all right? We talked about the Holocaust a little bit in the movie The Freedom Riders, okay? And so this is just to kind of check in on where you are with your knowledge, all right? And if nothing else, maybe to help some of us to kind of review what we know or don't know about the Holocaust, okay? Um, Number three, review the universal themes resource. All right, that's attached. And then identify 10 universal themes that were central to the human experience during the Holocaust. For example, all right, during the Holocaust, fear was most certainly a theme that was central to the human experience during the Holocaust, right? I don't think this one will be very, very tough to do. And so just list those 10 themes out here. You don't have to explain them, you just have to list them. And then for number four, finally, go back to question one and review your response, all right? And then I want you to think about it a little differently. Do you think the Holocaust divided or connected humanity? All right, please explain. Use at least one example of a universal theme to support your response. And so think about the Holocaust, think about all that it was, this dark chapter in history. And then I want you to think about, did it divide people or did it connect people? Maybe it was both. All right. And then use at least one example to show what your thinking is in terms of supporting your response. All right. Again, all I'm looking for here, guys, is an honest attempt. Welcome back. I know we're tired from having to get off our holiday schedule a little bit, and so just kind of ease back into this a little bit today. All right, and let's start here with this. Okay, so we're kind of we've set the stage for our work tomorrow with the audiobook. All right. Okay. Hopefully this helps. Good to see everyone. All right, and I will check you later.